What's up, guys? Matt here, coming at you with another quick video. This one on my little SCX24 grave digger. You guys, maybe you've seen where I teased the other day about running this thing and having some fun with it. I gotta say, I'm having a lot of fun with this, and honestly, this is a budget build version of these things, all right? I see a lot of the kits coming out for these, new axles, transmission, all this stuff, and they're getting up there in the $300 or $400 add-on range, I would say. I don't even know the price on some of the stuff yet, but I'm not willing to put that much into mine for what it is. It's not like I'm going to be getting performance all that much of a gain out of it. Yeah, you pay for what you get. So, this is not quite as good, but this is dirt cheap compared to a lot of these builds that are coming up. So thought I would share what I've got going on here. Really, it's got the blue motor in it. So the little blue motor I tested a long time ago with this ESC. You can see this is an extra. This is like a $43, $45 combo. So motor and ESC for like 45 bucks. And it does plenty for what I want to do with these things, okay? Yeah, it's not the greatest, but for the price, man, it's a lot of fun. So basically I have the ECB 3D printed chassis here. Buying that and the wheels, I think, is about 70 bucks, something like that. So there's about $70 in that. Then you have to buy the tires separate. I bought these back when they were a little more available. You can buy just the AMT monster truck model kit. It comes with these for about 30 bucks. So you're $100 in right there already. So if you go spending $200 or $300 more on a transmission and this and that, it adds up quick. So my goal was to just see how much SCX24 I could get away with here. So everything on this is stock axles, stock stock worm gears, all of that. Stock pinion. It is stock pinion, stock spur. I did change out the gears inside there, the transmission to the Mofo bulletproof transmission gears, just because I had them on hand and wanted to use them. I may play around with the Mod 5 spur in there and some different pinions on this rocket motor, but honestly, I'm pretty happy with this one, how it is. So I may build another one and go that route with it, and then we can compare, because I know Liam's going to want one of these. So motor and ESC, 50 bucks, 45, 50, something like that. And then the little RC that I took this body from is like 20, 25 bucks. So overall, not a bad build for what it is. If you're trying to get into one of these shocks, they have no oil in them. They're nothing. This is just tossed together with stuff I had. These shocks I had, I'm thinking put a really thick oil in them. They're the oil-filled Charismas. Put a really thick oil in them. They may be fine, or I may double them up. I think I have another set I'm not using. Or it might go like some other double shock setup, but overall it's fun like it is. I'm really not too worried about that. It is running the Reef 99 on the front, just because that's what I had on the truck. It does very well with these big tires. This Mofo RC 3-cell battery fits great in there. You can see I'm running it on my Noble, and let's fire this thing up and I will show you the steering on this thing. This battery fits really well in here, and I have none of the electronics really fastened. I just tossed them in. I was going to leave them out so I could show you guys, but it's easy enough. But that fits really well in there like that. It needs a strap. When you get wild with it, it wants to come out, or at least the body magnets on the back here. I just haven't did that yet. But it is mounted on the mount that they give you with the ECB chassis up front, and then I wanted to just put it on magnets in the rear so I could just pop it down like that. But you can see that reefs does really well. And I got the parts on the way to do rear steer for this, so that way we've got rear steering. It's a little loud, probably sounds 10 times worse on the camera here because using these front speakers that make everything up here really loud. But the pinion I used was the one I had sitting that's a little boogered up, so it's a little loud. I may change that out eventually, but you can see it's got some kick. It wheelies on this rubber mat, so if you've got grip, I don't want it to jump off the table. You can see that thing's got some power. So let's take a look at it running, and I'll talk a little bit more about it. So you'll see here, I started off kind of taking it easy on it, but by the end I had the worm gears screaming for a little mercy. But no, overall it handled it well. The motor really didn't get hot. It got a little warm by the end of the 3S pack. Now this is running 3 cells, so you know that's pretty good. It handled it really well, actually. I may put a little heat sink on that motor. May not even worry about it because it did pretty well. ESC seemed to do fine as well. This ESC is it seems like the transition from throttle to reverse is maybe a little better than the Hobby Wing 18 amp that I tried in it. That little ESC for $25 worked really well in here also. It had a little better slow crawl to it, but this one seems like maybe a quicker transition between forward and reverse, which I didn't program either of them. So I could probably mess with the programming on Hobby Wing and help that out a little as well. So that's an option too. But you can see it backflips really well. If I had some ramps that were actually stayed in place, it would do even better, I'm sure. Lots of fun to jump. Honestly, you can see I need to fasten the body. But I was just messing around here in the basement, having a little fun, jumping it. And I think, honestly, I need to build some ramps for this thing because it would be a lot of fun with some more solid ramps that didn't move every time you hit them. And I definitely need to fasten the battery down. You can see it was flying around everywhere. But I gave this thing a pretty good working. Couldn't get the little X-Max roll back over there. But, you know, it tried. And overall, this thing's a blast. The speed, when you start getting very much speed with these, it's really hard to handle them. And that's just a cool shot if the body wasn't flying everywhere. But that happens a lot with Monster Jam. You know, their body goes flying everywhere. So still cool. But you can see dragging the battery along. So definitely got to fasten that in and strap that body down. But overall, just a blast with this thing. It handled everything I threw at it. I can't wait to maybe build like a little dirt course or something. I think it would be really cool, and you could get some really cool shots on like a dirt course or something. So maybe we'll get into that. A lot of fun. I got to figure out it tracks kind of sideways right now. So I don't know if it's the wheels being 3D printed just off a hair or if there's something misaligned with the rear end or what, but it kind of tracks to the side, so it's really hard to handle. But overall, like I said, I had a blast with it. And for the price of this system, this thing screams. You can see here, like, it's got the kick. And then what is a monster truck without some cyclones, right? Watch it whip. All right, so if you guys have any questions, definitely hit me up. Had a blast with this thing. More to come. Let me know what you think. I appreciate every single person that watches these videos. Links in the description. Thanks to everybody. Peace.